Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here today. I want to continue sharing about the light, what the light is, and the technology of the light, how it affects your technology in your body. Massive revelations on this topic. The light is so powerful, and there's so much in the light. And when I speak of the light, I mean the light of God. The light that is the fire of God. So the light that comes off of Him. In that light is so much provision, is everything that we need in our spirit, in our soul, in our body. Every provision, whether it's a spiritual provision, a soulish provision, of your mind, will, and emotions to be aligned with God's mind, will, and emotions, to come into the mind of Christ that is in God, the mind of God, God consciousness, Christ consciousness, because Christ's mind is in and one with God. The technology of the light is so amazing. There's so much secrets. There's such a treasure in the light. And when you start to behold the light, behold the Father's light, it actually affects the technology in your body. You know that DNA that they don't know what it's for, the 95, 96, 98%, because you are a technology and your body houses a technology, and the light, it activates that technology. This is huge. So the light is perceived as something spiritual, right? From the spirit realm. But it is not just spiritual, even though it comes from the spiritual. It comes from the place of creation, the place of eternal, the place of timelessness, the place where it is eternal time, everlasting time. That light comes from that place. Though it comes from that place, it actually affects your body, because that part of your body, there are these things in your body that are only activated by that light, the light that essentially comes from the other side. It can jump and it can stream through the other side. There is something that is spiritual that actually affects your body, and it affects your body to activate those dormant DNAs. It activates them. It activates them. Everybody is waiting for the light of Christ to come and be activated. You can be activated. You can choose. You can receive that light. There are people on the earth today that, because of the light, they've come into that Christ consciousness. They've come into the mind and the will and the emotions of God, oneness with God. They've come into that place because they sat in the presence of His light. Like I said, the light is everything you need. You don't even have to know what you're praying for or what it is. All you have to do is sit in the light. You're like a flower in God's garden that is just Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and the King of glory, the King of that glorious light, the King of light, King of light, streams down not only into your soul to help burn off those remnants, those tetherings, those stitches, unstitch yourself. Allow the light of his fire to sizzle up those stitchings to the earth and therefore be stitched to him. Your soul stitched to Father, to his soul, to his spirit, to your spirit in the Father. This is massive. This is huge. So yes, there is actually from something that you can engage with from the Spirit, that comes from the Spirit, and it can affect your body. What about the people long time ago, these saints and these, the ones that followed this presence? They practiced the presence. They practiced the light. The light is the power to dispel every darkness, whether that's the darkness in the soul or surrounding the soul, or whether it's the darkness of the body. The darkness cannot perceive the light. Therefore, dwell in the light. Therefore, sit in the light. Therefore, meditate in the light. Be that sunflower. Be that flower that turns its face towards the warmth of the light, to receive all of the codes, all of the transmissions that it needs to activate the things within the body that would allow it to live off of the light and receive things from the light. In the light is everything you need. Wisdom, knowledge, revelation. Sit enough in the light. These things come streaming in. They stream in. You are the technology. Your body is such a technology that technology itself takes its ideas from your body. It's not an It is. I was going to say it's not an electrical, but it is an electrical, but it's an organically electrical. A technology in a cell phone we call it electrical or other forms of electrical. But in the light, it's like you're a battery. And these DNA inside of you is actually taking in the light and being activated with the power that is in the light, that is God's light. Jesus has that light. He says, I am the light of the world, but he also referred to you saying you are the light of the world. So you have that DNA, you have that blueprint technology to also receive that light. You can also receive the light. That is what the light does. The darkness cannot behold the light. So therefore be full of light so that darkness will not come near you, and it will be afraid of you, because the light that you hold, because you've sat long enough in the presence of God's light to be calibrated because of the light. You see, the light does all the work. All you have to do is sit in trust and faith for what the light is doing within you. Be born of the beginnings. Jesus said in the book of Thomas, be born from the first beginnings. Come back into the light. You are coming back into your eternal self, your higher spirit self in the Father. You are coming back into the Father's heart. His mind, his heart, his emotions, and his will. You're coming back. The intention that he had when Moses was sent into the mountain, when God drawed him into that mountain, into the light, and God draws you into that light, and the light is, we are being drawn into the light. Have you been thinking this? If you haven't, this is your sign that you are being drawn into the light. Because of this message, we are being drawn into the light because the light is coming. But the light comes within you too. He said, be born of the first beginnings. Be born of the kingdom. Then he talked about the light. He said that the light will illuminate you. Find the place within yourself that will be resurrected into life and life more abundantly. That is the light, because the light is the life and the life is light. You are being born into the light, the place of the first beginnings. The light will illuminate you. Your heart is like a mirror. When it becomes like that soul that is purified, that golden soul, there's such a relativity, a closeness between the heart and the soul. And it seems to me it can be interchangeable in some ways, that as the heart is being purified in its gold, then it is shiny enough to have a reflection. The heart is like a mirror that reflects the Father. So his light, when you sit in his light, the light does the work to help burn off the ego things of or around the soul, or those walls or those encasements that think themselves separate from God's love, to burn up those encasements so that we may become a reflection. So what I'm saying is, in the light, your heart reflects the Father. The light that you are, the lamp that you are, that flame that you are, the spark that you are, that God's spark that you are. You are purposefully bringing yourself back into its source. You as a spark of light, as that flame of light, you came from God, and then you are coming back into the home, into the place that he is light. Then your light starts to grow. Essentially, his light reflects your light, and your light starts to get bigger. Your light starts to be seen, because even the technology, there is things in your body they don't even know. It's not just the 95% or whatever of DNA that they don't know, and they know everything else. They don't know anything else. They don't know many other things. I know when I went to university, we learned this, does this, but then we don't know what the rest. I'm like, what do you mean? You don't know? No. They get to a wall that they don't know anymore. There is many other things. So there are things within your body. It's like they're reflectors. They're little pieces of glass. They're little pieces of reflectors. The more you sit in the presence of the light of God, the more your body actually becomes calibrated. That light affects your physical body. It affects the things inside of your body, that DNA, other parts within your body to be able to shine. Arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. The glory, the light, those pieces, like you are a light being. You are activating those things inside of you because of the light. In science, when they talk about the atoms and the electrons and the protons and neutrons and all these stuff, there's a part that they get to that they see, I think it's the electrons or protons, it doesn't matter, but they jump. They jump and then they disappear. And then they'll jump back and they reappear. So the scientists know that they're going onto the other side of the veil. They're going into that spirit and they're jumping back. It's like joyful jumps. They're jumping back and forth, back and forth. So the light that we receive, although at first we don't see it in the physical, so it's not exactly a physical thing, but it actually comes from that other side, and it can stream into the physical, into your body, and that is what actually activates that DNA. Your DNA is activated by God's light. Not just the light that comes and everybody's waiting for the end, for the light to come and Christ's light to come upon the earth. I'm not just talking about that. It's the same light. Okay? It is the same light. But you're choosing to actively engage with that light right now. When you start to do that, you'll start to see the oneness of everything, the convergences of the eternal timeline and this timeline. Your eye will start to become illuminated. That single eye will be illuminated because your body is receiving more and more light. Therefore, your single eye is becoming illuminated. It's like the light filling in your body bursts through that eye so you can start to see. The light of God's presence allows you to start to see the things of the Spirit and the Spirit things in this world. It starts to meld together and it starts to be like one. Something else that happens as you spend more time in the light, you'll actually, the consciousness of the light will start to infiltrate into this reality, and that's good because then you'll start to see that the light is always upon you. The light is always streaming in upon you, and that's a very good consciousness, because that's the truth. Because now that the realm of the Spirit is starting to bleed into this reality. That is a very good thing. In the light, there's many things. There is wisdom that is always coming, discernment always. You'll be able to discern things in the moment as they happen. The light is information codes. And your body is starting to know how to use those codes, how to integrate those codes, how to transmute or translate those codes. So that means that you're starting to be like a spiritual being. The Spirit is greater. The Spirit, your spirit, one with the Holy Spirit in the Father, comes into the body to quicken the mortal body. There's people that are operating this way, and the people that they speak so much about the light. they already know they can use the light. Like I said, in the light is so much that there is light for healing, there is light for discernment, there is light for understanding things, there is light to receive revelation, there is so much in the light. And when you come into God's presence, all you have to do is receive his light. First, see the light, ask the Holy Spirit to give you the form of light that is for you, because light can come in different forms. It can be Yeshua sitting in front of you with his light, and you can receive it that way because he's also connected to the Father. So you can receive the Father's light even through him. You can have the fire as Moses, the burning bush, the fire that always is God, I am that I am, Yod He Vav He. You can have the fire in front of you. You can perceive that light, whatever is right for you. So I don't want to say this is how you perceive the light. The light may stream upon you. It may stream over you, over your head, and always be like this. This is what I perceive. I perceive the light mostly this way. I've perceived it in the other ways that I just spoke about, but mostly it is coming in this way as the light that is above me and shining down upon me. But whatever, ask the Holy Spirit. Don't engage with it. Allow the Holy Spirit to show you. Ask him in meditation. He'll, to receive the light. 2211. To receive the light. And how that light comes. For you, because he knows exactly the way it should come for you. Is it the fire? Is it more like the fire for you to feel more of the heat? Because maybe the things have to be burned up, remnants of ego, things to be burned up. What form, what is the revelation, the way that it will come? Like in the light is everything. Everything can come in the light. There's so much in the light. There are these different frequencies. The frequency of healing has a specific even color code to it. And when you start to meditate in the light, you'll see certain lights, colors of light. So you can understand. Don't automatically go and what's this color of light mean, but try to perceive, what am I feeling? What am I going through right now? So then you'll know what the color of that light indicates for you. What am I receiving? Am I receiving understanding? Are there blockages being cut out? Is the light burning up some blockages or some ties, some ropes, some things? So, but on the other hand, the light, just sit in the light. It's about trust. When you go deeper and deeper into God's presence, right? In his presence is his glory, is his light, is his love, it is breath. His breath is light. When you breathe in his breath, you are breathing in his light. But allow the Holy Spirit to lead you in all these things. Be led of the Holy Spirit. Then you'll know that you're not just making it up, or you may think, but allow the Holy Spirit to show you and engage with that. And that will be the right thing for you instead of rushing along and trying to do it or control it or do it yourself. Trust, okay? The first levels of trust. Just because there may be times within the spaces of in his light, beholding his light, you may feel like nothing is happening. That's just another pushing through to the next level or to receiving more of his light. To receive more of deeper things in his love and in his light. Trust. So you have to trust this process, even if you feel it's not happening, or trust him, thank him, start thanking him, then that it will come more to you. It'll be more opened unto you. Thankfulness keeps the door open. Allow the Holy Spirit to lead you. Is it a door that you're opening? And is that light flooding into you? Trust, 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 and the door. Trusting, there's a first level of trust. Or let me say, there's like a first graduation in trust. And trust, that first graduation of trust, and it may take a long time before that first graduation of trust comes. It's also faith, trust and faith. You can do them too, because Jesus can do them. And some of those things are traversing on land, in the air, being fed of God. And you can be fed on God's light. That consciousness that you sought in the prayer closet, in the private time, in His presence, in meditation, now that consciousness, that reality is that from that dimension, that light is now streaming into your body, into your technology, into your soul, into your body. Remember, as your soul is prospering, your body is also prospering. So as you are receiving first that light in your soul, it will start to affect your body as well, and you'll start to feel the effects of it in your body, like whether it's subtle vibrations or very strong popping, like bubble popping, bursting, and also electrical, because we are electrical beings. We are electrical beings. When you are connected, when you found your source back now to the light, to that power, such things, it looks like lightnings, it looks like statics. It's electricity, it's electrical because you are electrical beings actually. But it's like you're plugging in to the one that gives you those, and where it flows from. Now you've created a channel for even your body, your soul and your body, same reciprocal, as your soul prospers, your body will prosper in direct proportion too. So your soul is prospering, it's affecting your body. Now those things are connected to the stream of God's light from that realm, from that dimension, from the spirit realm. I'm just still blown away by the fact that the light affects the physical DNA, that part that they didn't know what it was for, and I'm telling you what it's for. It is to receive the light. It's very, very exciting. It's awesome. It's awesome.